In the second half, we should see a young man who played at Virginia, Sean Moore, who's a young man who was perhaps one of the best Heisman Trophy candidates. That was until Virginia lost. But getting back to the first half of this football game, the big play, a 43-yard touchdown run by Gaston Green. We saw it moments ago. He hit the hole. He hit the hole hard, but everything was sealed off. Eric Dickerson has not had the type of homecoming or, I guess, home welcoming he would like. He's not from Denver, but what I mean is that he's playing once again football for the Colts during the preseason. I expected a better first half, especially with everyone coming into camp at a great sufficient time, but it's not happening on the football field. But the Colts can blame Mother Nature, not themselves, right?
Well, a little bit. I really think so. But as we were talking when the mics were off just a moment ago, that I thought they would really do well offensively because of a couple of reasons you mentioned there, and especially the fact that they've had everybody in. They've had great practices, but it just didn't happen. And we'll be back to talk more here right after we take this commercial timeout. Colts trailing Denver at halftime 10-0.
Notre Dame football coming this fall on NBC.
They say if you don't like the weather in Indiana, just wait a few minutes. That's why for over 18 years, people throughout central Indiana have trusted Bob Gregory. When getting the most accurate forecast matters to you, turn to Bob Gregory on News Center 13.
During the Revolutionary War, a young red-haired Virginian, George Rogers Clark, led a daring attack that made him a hero and helped bring about American control of territory northwest of the Ohio River. Leading a force of about 170 men through the flooded countryside, Clark and his men conducted a surprise attack on Fort Sackville, a British stronghold at Vincennes, on February 23rd, 1779. 2 days later, British territorial governor Henry Hamilton surrendered. Clark's victory assured continued American settlement in the Northwest Territory, land which eventually became the present-day states of Ohio, Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Indiana. Join Channel 13 in wishing Indiana a happy birthday on its 175th year of statehood.
Images of Indiana is presented by Midwest Medical Center, who is proud to be a part of the rich and vibrant heritage of Indiana and looks forward to helping build an even brighter and healthier tomorrow. Colts preseason football, brought to you by Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer. By Merchants National Companies, nobody makes banking easier. And by Kroger, serving you comes first.
You see Pat Hegarty there, 19, warming up on the sidelines. He was the guy last year whom they thought would be the future of this ball club as the quarterback, but the man doing a lot of impressing people is Sean Moore, the 11th round draft, a 6'2", 214-pound rookie from Virginia. And there's a look at our Colts as they come out for warm-ups in the second half, and we're going to see Jack Trudeau.
Jack Trudeau, we will see a guy who is definitely number 2, but when you talk about him in the hearts of many fans, he gets the job done like he's always number 1. And I like the way he comes to work. Jack comes and says, okay, fine, I may not be the number 1 quarterback, but my mentality will be that of a number 1 quarterback. We will perhaps see an impressive half of Jack Trudeau because Jack loves these situations where he can bring the Colts back from defeat.
He was very productive last year. As a matter of fact, he had a better passing percentage than did Jeff before he was hurt. Recuperated that knee extremely well. He had 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, 58% throwing last year for the Colts. Next week, we'll be home to Seattle at the Dome and no rain inside. Then it's New Orleans at home.
No rain again inside.
And then we take a chance at Philadelphia the week after that. Really nice to welcome you folks along the network with us from Fort Wayne and Terre Haute. I think you're going to see a real good ball club this year in the Colts. Nothing like we have seen here in the first half. Got a lot of good veteran players, and I think they've played together long enough. Be interesting to see whether Jesse Hester can come up with another nice year. He had a career year in almost every department last year. 84 hasn't had his hands on the ball here tonight. As a matter of fact, no wideout head.
Unless your name is Dickerson, Bentley, or Clark, and they don't play wide.
That's right. Those are the running backs. Well, the Colts are ready to kick this thing off here. And as we told you just moments ago, the rain has subsided. Did a nice job in the infield there to sop up some of that moisture. And Biasucci kicks it in the end zone, and that's where it will stay.
Colts need a big play, Don. They have to show their superiority on defense because right now this has been Denver's game. The rain has stopped. The weather is clear. Sure, the field is still a little wet. Sure, the field is a little soggy. But the Colts must come through and show some dominant play.
All right, we haven't seen that much difference in the defense tonight. They were going with opportunities from 3-4 to 4-3. So let's see if we can pick up a little bit more of that in the second half. And the first unit defense is in there. And they're going with a 5-man front in the first go-round as both linebackers come up tight. And the running backs in the second half, they'll start with Greg Lewis. That is he with the football right there. And a nice gain on first down of about 8 yards.
A confident run by Greg Lewis. Drafted in the 5th round. Sean Moore is now in the game. Number 12, the quarterback. The kid who played at Virginia. He was one of the Cavaliers. They say this kid has an arm that is unprecedented.
Well, I think I'd argue with Mr. George about that. All right, here is Sean Moore. Handing off again to Greg Lewis. And the Colts wrap him up, but I think the first down is made before they do that. Just across the yard line, which is the 30. And it is a first down, Denver. So Denver carries the ball twice as Steve Sewell, the veteran, checks in. He's listed as a running back, but more of an H-back, and tries to create mismatches with the linebackers. Better pass receiver than he is a runner.
He just does a lot of things extremely well, and you really don't know how to play Steve Sewell because I just love the way he plays. I'm a big fan of his.
Not a breakaway runner, but certainly has speed enough to beat some linebackers. That again is Lewis right over the middle on the first down play. Just underway in the second half. Don Hine, Ronnie Duncan, Steve Bartelstein live from Denver's Mile High Stadium, where the Colts trail the Denver Broncos 10-0.
Number 41, Greg Lewis, is running with a tremendous amount of confidence. Those small runs in which he had in the first half have contributed toward the success he's having early in the second half.
5'10", 214, the rookie from Washington.
That's
they
a
have
load.
the deuce backfield, yeah. And the other man back there with him is Reggie Rivers, another rookie, 38. They've said a lot of nice things about him this year, too. In motion, Derek Russell, number 5, the track man. Lewis trying to find his way. Agee wraps him up on the far side. Mel Agee getting a good look, see, too. He is the rookie we drafted this year out of Illinois, and he has been doing very well in camp, number 67.
Complimented extremely high by the veterans on this team. Sam Clancy, Donnell Thompson. They like this kid. They say, Ronnie, he is as good, or perhaps even better at this stage, it's very early, than Shane Carey.
Oh, and Shane, of course, our top draft, the second-round draft out of Miami. Colts sticking with their number 1 defensive unit so far. 12 minutes and 41 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And the measurement for the first down, it is short that much, says Jerry Markbright, that much being about a foot. So it'll be a third and that much for a Denver first down. They already have one here in the second half and controlled the ball well in the first half despite that rain. The Colts were the ones who had problems with the football. Ball is on the 40-yard line. Third down and 1 for the Denver Broncos, already leading 10-0. And the tailback moving back there now is Lewis. And the up man is Perriman. He does the blocking, Lewis the carrying, and I don't think he made it. Nice job by the Colts. That's Chris Good trying to knock him back, and he lost a little bit on the play. They're going to mark it right on the yard line, which is the 40, and that is not a first down.
Big play for the Colts, something they needed, impact play. Chris Good, you know, he finally signed an extended contract, Don. We won't have to worry about him coming into camp late, but watch number 37. Gets off of his man, finds the open tackle. Hey, Mr. Lewis, you're not going anywhere.
He stuck with it. He is definitely outweighted. And it's punting time for Mike Horan. And deep for the Colts at the 10 is Clarence Verdun.
Showtime.
Number 1 in the NFL last year. Ooh, a near block by Michael Ball. Clarence making the catch at the 17-yard line, and he keeps it right there. Sharp covering. Lilo Lang, number 21. I knew I was going to get to use that name tonight, huh?
One of the great names in football, Lilo.
Lilo Lang.
Has a brother
Washington.
named Hilo.
I doubt it. 11 and a half minutes remaining here in the third quarter. We're going to keep it right here And the Colts are trailing 10-0. First time they've had their hands on the ball here in the second half. And Jack Trudeau is, in fact, your quarterback. Anthony Johnson, running back, along with Ken Clark. Johnson, the near man, and Clark on the far side. That is he in motion. Trudeau wants to throw to Jesse Hester, draws it back in, gets some room, sucks it back in again, and wins the battle on the far side. And that's almost the same kind of play on which Jack was hurt, wasn't it?
Jack was looking for Stanley Morgan. The reason he held onto the ball, Stanley slipped at about the 50-yard line. Had Stanley Morgan not slipped, he would have been wide open. It would have been 7 points, 6 points, at least for the Colts on the scoreboard. Jack was holding onto that ball. He was like, Stanley, get up, Stanley. And Stanley couldn't get up.
Hey, there's a good indication, though, if he can fake that football and draw it back, that he has a pretty good grip on it here in the second half.
Once again, that's the experience of a Jack Trudeau, being able to read the defense far more better than a Jeff George because of experience in situations like this.
2nd down and 4 from the 23 for the Colts. Gain of 6 by Trudeau on the keep. Jack wants to throw it again. Far side is Jesse Hester, and there's plenty for the first down there as he goes past the 35 to about the 36-yard line.
And what a great catch by Jesse Hester, because he had to turn his body around. Number 84 says, Ronnie, I'm here to stay. You know, it's so humbling to watch him because he was out of the league not long ago, came back with the Colts, and watch this, extends his body, makes the turn, almost lost the ball. Jesse even wanted more yardage.
Well, they went out of the 36, but you saw right there that he slipped that right foot out of bounds at the 34, and that's where the ball is going to be placed. It happened right there.
You know, once you start gaining confidence in your ability on the football field or anything in life, you perform better, and that's the case for Jesse Hester.
It's a first down for the Colts. Jack intending on the far side for, I believe, Anthony Johnson. It was, and Anthony took a spill as Lucas covered on the far side. Bart, what's happening on the field?
If there was any question whether Jeff George would come back or not, as you can see right there through there, he does not even have his pads on. As we alluded to earlier, he'll just play the first half. Eric Dickerson also out in his civvies. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Back to you.
All right, we have a 2nd and 10 now from the 34-yard line. Should you have just joined us, it was a rainy first half in Denver, Colorado. The Colts trailing 10-0. That's our score right now. With 10 minutes and 27 seconds remaining, third quarter. Anthony Johnson from Notre Dame in motion to the near side. Ken Clark to the far. And the man being hit right there is 88, the rookie, Kerry Cash. Sucks up his first reception as an Indianapolis Colt.
An area in which the Colts have been trying for the last 3 years to get more depth, and that is at the tight end position. This young man, number 88, as well as a lot of these great guys like Mobley and Berton, they definitely want to make this squad. Nice catch by the big guy.
All right. And on the stop was Scotty Curtis there, 58. So the ball with nose on almost the 40-yard line. It's a 3rd down and 4. We'll call it the 40. 3rd and 4 for the Indianapolis Colts. Looking for their second first down here in the second half.
And already you can see a spirited gang out there. They want to win this game.
Inside handoff, Ken Clark. He has the first down and plenty more across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Nice little cross buck to the far side. Good blocking from Kevin Call and Dixon on that right-hand side. Randy Dixon, 69. And we told you in the first half that Randy has changed from left to right guard. And it might seem a minuscule change, but even though it is a flip-flop, it is a big change for the guy. 6'3", 302, a 5-year man from Pittsburgh. First down from the 48-yard line for our Indianapolis Colts, trailing 10-0. Jack Trudeau. The flip to the far side, and about the line of scrimmage is where it's received. And that is by Ken Clark again, brought down immediately by Scotty Curtis.
You wonder whether it's a contrast in styles. No, it's just that Jack Trudeau is getting more of an opportunity to throw the football. And once again, number 69, Randy had a great block. He stopped the pressure of getting on Jack Trudeau. And again, I'd like to go ahead and extend a congratulations to Randy and his wife. They're expecting their first child. And he's pretty excited about that, so congratulations.
I would be too. Stanley Morgan coming to the near side. And I see Darvell Huffman for the first time tonight in the slot on the near side. Little guy with the big leap, delay. Ken Clark, plenty of room to run. Cross the 50, 45, 44-yard line, and he's piled up there by Kip Corrington, 25. And 29, Dimry. Dimry, middle name, Toast. When he was with the Atlanta Falcons, he played one-on-one against Jerry Rice last year, and Mr. Rice came up with 5 touchdown passes.
But I think Mr. Rice has burned a lot of guys in the NFL, so they might as well go ahead and inherit the name Toast.
Hey, well, it's an awful position to play. We've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's just impossible to cover anybody one-on-one, and many times, as happened last week, the blame goes to the wrong guy. It should have gone to Montgomery, and it went to Dimry. Here's Jack with the quick drop, the fake again, brings it back. Got out of that one. And he caught his own pass and advances the football across the 45 to the 47 and almost the first down. What a play!
Jack Trudeau never losing concentration, looking for the man. You know, there was one guy open. Jack had his concentration over on the left-hand side. Number 1, the little guy, Darvell Huffman, was open. Watch Jack Trudeau back and watch his instinct. He knows exactly what to do with the football. Running away from the pressure. He gets away. Jack, pass it to who? To who? Number 10. Catch the ball. Jack, and he runs. And Jack looks like Eric Dickerson. Almost a little, but he lunges. Thank goodness he wasn't hurt.
And one of the Broncos down on the field, there was a good indication right there, Ronnie, of a way that they're going to call a rule this year with the quarterback in the grasp. Now, he last year would have been in the grasp, probably. This year, they're going to give the quarterback, especially a scrambler like Elway, a little more leeway. If he can get out and throw the football, they're probably going to let him do it.
You know what was positive to see while we're watching this player? Well, we'll talk about it later.
All right, we have a little money to make here. 7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining third quarter, and the Colts trail the Broncos 10-0.
When it comes to sports, few areas of the country have as much fun as we do in Central Indiana. Stick with Don Hine and the new Center 13 sports team. They cover sports like no one else can.
Welcome back to Mile High, where it has stopped raining completely, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be soggy turf out there. So what they've got for many of the players is one of these. You just kind of get your foot in there, and it kind of gets the mud out of your cleats. Now, if you're like Hine and Duncan, you have the fancy shoes on like me, it doesn't work. One other note about shoes, the spikes are a little bit longer tonight. They're removable. They try to get them into the ground just like that. It is a first down for the Colts, and we'll toss it back up to you in the booth.
I have to mention this. Last night we went out to dinner together and we're looking good. I mean, we have the suits, we have the ties on. Bart has the same shoes right there.
And the same shirt he wore for 18 holes of glory.
Oh, he forgot them. He forgot his shoes. I forgot shaving cream. You just something we couldn't talk about there. All right, that was Szymanski, by the way, who was injured and then walked off under his own power, so he apparently is okay. Clock running, 6:48 left third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Colts from the 42, trailing 10-0. Here again is Trudeau. Pretty good mobility on that knee after the big injury last year. Lots of time. Pull it in, Jack. Did he get across the line of scrimmage? Oh, incomplete on the pass, and apparently he crossed the line of scrimmage. Well, I saw a flag on the field, and I think, well, they say that Jack forces the ball every once in a while, and I think that was probably an instant right there.
Anxiety attack.
I'd have kept that one. He had a lot of room to run right there. He says, well, I've done that once tonight. Here's Mark Bright, Jerry Mark Bright making the call, and here it is. That's exactly what it is. He crossed the line of scrimmage, and I believe that is also a loss of down. We'll wait for that.
Best progress so far by the Colts. Ken Clark, 3 carries, 17 yards.
Good pass. Number 10, offense. He passed from beyond the line of scrimmage. Red penalty.
Yeah, Jack says, so what? You see that look? Yeah, so what? Yeah. All right. Well, they placed the ball back here at the just across the 50-yard line to the 47.
But you got to give your hat off to Jack Trudeau. So far, this has been the Colts' most successful drive.
Playing under a little bit better weather conditions here, so it'll be a 2nd and 15. They finally get the board up. That is loss of down and penalty. From the 47, 10-0 Denver. Just started here, second half. That's Kenny Clark. Kenny with the nice fake inside. I see a penalty flag there, too, and that very well may be on the Denver Broncos. I didn't see a Colt do anything wrong on that one because nobody was blocking for Kenny.
Well, the only person that was in that way was number 23, Anthony Johnson. I think there is a holding penalty on the Colts.
Yeah, come on, guys. We're just getting it going here. It is a hold on the Colts.
Number 88, offense.
It's on Kerry
10-yard
Cash.
penalty,
Not
second down.
near that play. It was on the other side. Right there it is, right there, holding on and sticking with it too. Well, we'll give him pluses for that. Jack is 3 of 4 on the night for 18 yards and 2 rushes for 9. 6:24 left third quarter. There's a look at Kerry. All right, guy, trying to do the job. We won't fault you a bit. 2nd and 25 from the 43. We're seeing this a lot better now because it's right in front of us. We wish it were going the other way. Lone running back is Kenny Clark. You won't see Dickerson anymore this half. That was intended for Stanley Morgan just across the 50, about to the original line of scrimmage, the 47-yard line. As you see, Stanley could not come up with the ball, so it'll be a 3rd and 25.
Something positive to speak of in reference to Jack Trudeau. A lot of people perhaps aren't aware he had a very bad knee surgery last year. It ended his season prematurely and very early when he was hit by Cliff Odom, who used to play for the Colts in Miami game. But to see the mobility that he is exemplifying out here on the football field is a positive sight for the Colts and a good one for Jack Trudeau.
Reggie Thornton, first time we've seen him tonight. That is he on the near side there on the wideout, number 40. And Clark sneaking up a little bit closer to the line, the lone running back. He gets the ball inside, plenty of running room. Oh, he'd have made a nice move had he not slipped and fallen. Curtis making the stop when he could not make the move. Well, it makes it a lot more equal out there for the big guys playing with the little guys who are skittering around. And it'll be a 4th down play now for the Colts. Well, they held on to the football for a pretty good period of time there. Kenny with the good running room tried to make the move, and you see Mr. Curtis making the stop. And here's Ron Stark getting it away from about the 40-yard line. Good protection. A tall punt. And Ricky Nattiel says, let that one go, and it almost stopped at the goal line, just rolling into the end zone. So they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line, and the Denver Broncos will take over. So with 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter, nobody scored here in the second half. Still 10-0 Broncos.
Traffic's been crazy around here. Something about chicken.
It's great.
Crispy, juicy, delicious.
Hardee's Fried Chicken. Taste preferred 63-37 over Kentucky Fried Chicken original recipe.
Sorry about that. It's the truth. I don't like Kentucky. I don't ever buy Kentucky.
Hardee's chicken is ripping.
It's the best chicken I have ever eaten.
This is the place to stop, Hardee's.
Now get 8 pieces of chicken, 4 made from scratch biscuits, coleslaw, and mashed potatoes with gravy for just $6.99.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Can I take your... What was that, sir? Please speak up.
17. Who's next? 17.
At the Kruger Meat Counter, you'll find what you've been looking for all over town.
Service.
No cash at this time.
No recordings, no excuses.
Service charge.
Custom cuts, no extra charge. How can I help you?
USDA Choice Whole Boneless Ribeye, $2.99 a pound. Limit 1 with $20 additional purchase. And Michigan Blueberries, 5-pound box, $5.99.
Welcome back to Mile High Stadium, where you see it is the home of the Broncos, of course. But in a couple of years, it's also going to be a home of this new club, the Colorado Rockies. The new hat only available here in Denver. So Don and Ronnie, I'm the first kid on my block to have the new one. Then they'll move to the new stadium in either 1 or 2 seasons. But they'll play at least 1 year here in '93. Back to you.
Okay. He won't be the first. I saw our photographer, Kaline Shounts, get one of those, too. So unless he hustles home very, very quickly. The stadium, built in 1948, held about 50,000 people at the time, and then they became, it was built originally for the old Denver Bears. Remember them from the believe it was the Pacific, or was it the Western League at the time. Now the Denver Zephyrs.
I wasn't around.
I wasn't either. Top farm club for the Cincinnati Reds. All right, back to the action. 1st and 10 for the Bronx, their own 20. 5:15 remaining, 3rd quarter. Vance Johnson in motion. And the naked reverse on the near side. Sprint out. That's Sean Moore to the near side and has his man. This is the track man. Yeah, it's Derek Russell, and he makes the nice move almost to the 50-yard line. Derek Russell to the 49 for the Denver Broncos. More than enough for the first down. And the guy who made that play was Sean Moore. Nice fake.
Derek had everybody taking the bite, and Mr. Russell catches the ball. Hey, Derek, if you don't catch that one, with so much freedom in real estate, you don't belong in this league.
Alan Grant almost lost him there, let him get away. Clock running, 4 minutes, 35 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter. Blake Ezor, 35, the lone running back. Johnson to the near side and Russell to the far. Colts with the 5-man line, doing a little stunting. Moore, plenty of time to throw the football. Boy, he has all day. He lost the football, too, on the ground, and I believe a Bronco picked it up. He did.
Sean Moore getting a little nervous there, losing the football, but you know what? The kid definitely wants to go. The nose tackle came down on it. That was Don Gibson.
No, it was Keith Jennings, 87. Keith Jennings, the tight end. That must be an awful feeling. As you know, you see pitchers do that on the mound, too. I don't know whether it's a lack of concentration or what it is, but on a wet night, for obvious reasons, on a dry night, it happens, too. Mostly to Cub pitchers. 3 minutes and 41 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter. 10-0. Denver. Rookie from Virginia, Sean Moore, wants to throw it. Gets the bum's rush. And he gets out of that nicely. Sprints out to the near side. Knocks it away. And it was intended again for Jennings in front of us. And Mr. Moore, welcome to the National Football League, as he was knocked on his patoot after he got rid of it. Well, a little action on that play. I think Moore's the kind of a guy, don't you, that will create a lot of action, even more so than Mr. Elway.
Looking at Moore, the first thing that comes to my mind, and you look at the number and you say to yourself, Tampa Bay, early 70s, Doug Williams, the way he's able to run. I mean, I cannot get over the similarities of the two, Sean Moore and an early Doug Williams when he played with Tampa Bay.
Reggie Rivers, 38, back there now as one of the running backs in the shotgun. Moore, time again. That's Rivers right there with the football, tripped up at the 45-yard line. They're going to call that a tackle because contact was made. And
Dave McClellan is shaking his head. The rookie out of Colorado had the open field tackle and missed it. But hey, Dave, you're going to have days like this. Watch Sean Moore all alone out of that shotgun formation. And look at Dave. Sorry, Dave, you
got
missed.
It.
But he slowed him up. He slowed him up.
And he'll be given credit for that tackle because they're going to call him down right at that spot. Dave McClellan, the rookie from Colorado. The national champions. Horan, almost got that one blocked, too, and he's going for the far sideline. Was that saved? It was. Ball still loose, and the ball stays out of the end zone. Reggie Rivers says down at the 1-yard line. Shannon Sharp, 81, was also there. Well, let's see what they do. Well, the fans are getting excited. We're starting to shake here. They say, come on back here, guys. Well, we'll get it straightened out with the officials when we come back, whether it's a touchback or whether it's at the deuce. 2.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Denver 10, Colts nothing.
Our lives can get pretty knotted and tangled up sometimes. When that happens, it's reassuring to know that help and understanding are available at Midwest Medical Center. We provide a full range of quality psychiatric and addiction treatment programs, offering professional help to free the individual and family in trouble. If you or someone you love needs help, get to know Midwest today. Call 927-2092.
Colts. Buccaneers. Lions. Cowboys.
After the teams chose the inspiration for their names, they chose GTE, the telecommunications consultant to the NFL. Imagine what GTE could do for you.
In addition to McDonald's everyday low prices, like a 59-cent regular hamburger, now you can chill out with this cool summer McBonus.
Right now, enjoy a delicious McDonald's breakfast burrito or chicken fajitas for only 99 cents. Imagine only 99 cents for a tantalizing breakfast burrito with real Southwest flavor. Or how about a tempting chicken fajitas made with tasty strips of grilled chicken, only 99 cents.
And you thought a 59-cent hamburger was a great deal. You'll love the change at McDonald's today.
All right, here's that play just before we went away. This is Alton Montgomery, 22. Mr. Horan getting a lot of help from his friends tonight, and apparently the official says that was okay because he did not do anything, kept his hands in his pockets, threw the little bean bag out there where they marked the ball, and I thought it was where the ball ended up and not where your feet were, but apparently that is not the case because the ball never went in the end zone, and the Colts are taking over on their own 20-yard line. We won't argue about it, though. 2.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. The Colts trail 10-0. Trudeau to throw. Plenty of time. The pass intended for Mr. Jesse Hester. He has it across the 35 to the 37-yard line. And Jesse has caught 2 nice balls tonight. Bart.
About Jerry Markbright, the official, being a friend of mine. He is. Grew up with him. But we were standing right here on the goal line. Terrible call, unless there's something we don't know about the rules. Denver did not get the break the Colts did. No question, you guys called it right. He was not in the end zone. Back to you in the booth.
All right, as said, we shall not argue. 1:59 remaining, third quarter, clock running for the Colts. First down at that spot right there, the 37-yard line. Jack Trudeau again to throw, this time to Jesse Hester. Has it again across the 50 down to the 48-yard line. And Jack likes Jesse tonight.
And Jack likes Jesse, and Jesse likes being guarded by number 29 because he is having his way.
That's Toastman. Mr. Dimry. Yeah. We aren't coming back to this market. We can talk about him as Toast. I mean, we don't have to deal with Dimry again. 1:22 left, third quarter. Trudeau on the night, 5 of 7 for 50 yards. Jesse has 3 balls for 43 yards. Look out, Jack. Fakes it nicely. Bounces the ball into Ken Clark. He knew it. He should have faked it and said, I got it, huh? Just like the outfielder, show him the ball and I'm gone. Jack with a nice fake to set that little screen up there to Ken Clark. Just didn't give him a soft enough ball. Shortened it out. And it'll be a 2nd and 10. We have 1:10 remaining, third quarter. Again, no one has scored in the second half. The Broncos had the 10-0 advantage at the end of 30 minutes. The lone touchdown of the game, Gaston Green, 43 yards in the first half.
Agawanti touchdown.
You got it.
And we're not even in New Orleans, but they come to Indianapolis to see weeks.
2nd and 10 from the 48. Jack intended for, and his man is Anthony Johnson. Has it. Nice grab, Anthony.
Nice grab by Anthony Johnson. Nice hit by Kip Corrington. And Anthony holds on to the ball. Catches like this will be everlasting in the mind of Ron Meyer when the cut slip comes down. Great catch by number 23. Watch it again. I mean, the man is defending him. He holds on to it. They do it like that in Notre Dame, though.
Well, that's the book on Anthony Johnson. Soft hands. He caught 5 balls last year and a couple of touchdowns. 1st and 10 for the Colts on the 33 of the Denver Broncos. That's what they call the Broncos. That fumble. Jack, he got his own fumble. Oh, and he got hit, I thought, unnecessarily there after the ball was down on the ground.
But he was alert enough to know that right after the snap, to go down on the ball. Jack Trudeau.
Yeah, the man who hit him there took, I thought, a free shot, unnecessarily so, and that was Ronnie Halliburton, 93. He was one of those guys involved in that altercation that the Broncos had, where 4 of the guys were in a little bar fight in Greeley and got thrown in the jug. And that's one of the big stories here. Well, we'll talk about that when we come back here. That's the end of the third quarter with the score, Denver 10, our Indianapolis Colts nothing.
This is where the legend began, when people from Fort Wayne, Terre Haute, and Muncie came to Colorado for the good times and discovered the beer with a fresher, smoother, more naturally refreshing taste. Today, the beer people used to travel miles to find is available right here in Indiana. but it's still got that same great fresh from the Rockies taste. Original Coors, the Rocky Mountain legend.
What are you waiting for?
Take Pontiac action. Take Pontiac action.
Right now at your Pontiac dealers, the selection couldn't be better. Incentives, the best yet. So hurry while you can still get the popular Grand Am for $199 a month. The exciting Grand Prix for $249 a month. And get this, $1,500 cash back on the luxurious Bonneville. So what are you waiting for? Take action. Take Pontiac action at your Central Indiana Pontiac Pack dealers.
Back at Mile High with a corral of Colts clan. These guys have all gotten to the game because of Kevin Call, the animal. He's a big guy, so he's got a big contingent. Also, one of the blood relatives right here, a nephew. Matt, obviously you're pulling for the Colts, right?
Yeah.
Did he get you all suited up and all like this?
Yeah,
So have you been following his career all the way along, right?
Yeah, I have ever since I could understand football.
And you guys are from Boulder. That's where Kevin grew up.
Yeah.
And you're still back there right now?
Yes, we are.
Still pull for the Buffs? All right. Matt, going to be a football player, he hopes, just like his big uncle there. And all these guys are going to be Colts fans. They're not family, but they said they're pulling for Kevin and the Manimal. Back to you.
The creature, huh? I just wonder how much guff they have to take in Boulder wearing those Colts shirts, huh?
You know, I was talking to Kevin earlier today. He told me, he said the last time he came here, he had to come up with 50 tickets. He had to pay for them all. This time, 31 people paid him cash for the tickets. Not bad.
We saw him out to dinner last night, too, and he picked up the check, and he had about 6 people there.
Makes a lot of money.
And deserves it. Good hard worker, Kevin Call. All right, we're into the fourth quarter as of right now with 2nd and 11 for the Colts on the Denver 34-yard line. Jack Trudeau gets it away, and I believe that was Darvell Huffman, number 1, accepting the ball just across the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
I like the kid. Darvell Huffman out of Boston University. You know what he did? He used to be the water boy, the ball boy for Billy Brooks.
Is that right?
Billy Brooks taught him how to catch. He always wanted to play football. Nice guy, number 1, Darvell Huffman. Yes,
hey,
man. They say they love his hands. They love his velocity. They love his speed. The only problem is the size. Darvell said they're going to have to deal with it. I'm not getting any tall.
You could probably put one down in your face, too, with that 37-inch leap, huh? And to Kenny Clark. Guy has room 20. And the 18-yard line. That'll be a first down. I see no flags. So the Colts have it inside the 20. Ooh, do not like to see Randy Dixon hurting on his right leg. Hang tight now. Randy Robbins, the tackler on the play, 48. And apparently, Randy was kicked in the calf. He's trying to shake it off out there, but it won't shake. He's coming out of the ball game here now. And Hunter Smith, the trainer, is checking him out.
Big difference in the third quarter for the Colts. They were able to rush the ball, pass the ball, and I think when we go to an opportunity to look at time of possession, that has been the key for the Colts in the second half. Although there are no points on the ball on the scoreboard, they have moved the ball more productively, more positively, and I think that's great.
Well, I'm glad you do.
I get paid to think so.
That's right. And that's quite all right with me. Okay, from the 18-yard line, the Colts have it 1st and 10. Still that first unit line going with Jack Trudeau. Look out from the backside. Nice help there. Jack, did he bounce it in or not? It is incomplete. Intended at about the 7-yard line, I believe, for Stanley Morgan. It was Stanley Morgan, but it was bounced in, a one-hopper. And the cover on the play was Ronnie Halliburton. Now, I mentioned Halliburton before. Mark Vanderpool is also a Colorado Buff and a Colts draft, number 75. He is a big one, a 300-pounder, and he's coming along nicely, too.
I like how you said that, a big one, huh?
A big one. All right, that's a big one. Yeah, they've had a lot of Denver Broncos in trouble with the gendarmes lately here, and the fans are all excited about that, and rightly so, I believe. 2nd and 10 from the 18. And the little flip is to Clark. Here's the block from Conlon. Clark still moving down to the 10-yard line, and he'll just be a couple of yards short of the first down, so it'll be a 3rd down play.
Ken Clark has played tremendously well in the second half of this football game. Already 5 carries, 34 yards. The most productive the Colts have been on the offense and moving the ball. And he's so versatile because he's able to come out of the backfield, getting the block off his man, turns. Jack Trudeau finds him. Now watch, he makes something out of almost nothing.
Well,
Here comes his lead block, number 66.
Whoa,
oh, he missed it. I said he made something out of nothing.
Well, he got in the way. He got in the way. Hey, Jack's 8 of 12. Trudeau for 79 yards, and his top receiver tonight is Jesse Hester, a deuce for 43. Jesse has 3 balls caught. 10-0 to score. Denver, we have 12:56 left in the ball game, and we're back in a minute.
Good evening. I'm Susan Parks, coming your way tonight on the News Center. Following the game, we'll tell you why Indianapolis Water Company officials are asking for your help as the city sizzles for the 21st consecutive day. Also, Marion County Sheriff's detectives have found the man they believe beat a 17-year-old girl to death. We'll have an update. And we'll take you to the county's far east side, where detectives are questioning a woman in the shooting of her ex-husband. Plus, Chris Prophet tells you if your lawn will finally get some water. Join us tonight following the game.
On May 13th, 1800, at the young age of 27, William Henry Harrison, a native of Virginia and a former Army officer, was named governor of the young Indiana Territory. Harrison and 3 judges appointed by President John Adams had absolute power over the vast frontier. They ruled Indiana from this simple 2-story frame building located in the territorial capital of Vincennes. His 12 years in office were filled with strife as he had to contend with settlers' calls to quicken the pace for statehood and Indian tribes angry at the taking of their land. In the end, Harrison set the Indiana Territory on its path to eventual statehood in 1816. Reflecting on 175 years of Indiana statehood, I'm Ann Ryder.
Marsh is proud to bring you images of Indiana. You value the history and traditions of our state, and at Marsh, we value you.
What you're looking at here, 96 on your screen, is an extraordinary player. Kenny Walker, a 6'3", 260-pound rookie from Nebraska. The gentleman on the left is the man with whom he communicates. You see, Kenny is deaf. There's a great indication right there. You can do anything you want to do if you want to do it badly enough. 3rd and 2 from the 10 for our Colts. In motion, Anthony Johnson, and the hand to Kenny Clark. He has the deuce. He has the first down. And I believe they're going to mark it right at the 6-yard line.
Hitting the hole hard and hitting the hole with a lot of speed. Got to give it to Kenny Clark, man. I mean, he made this team last season because Eric Dickerson was out with his troubles with the Colts, but Kenny Clark is trying to make a name for himself tonight. Hey, folks, remember number 32 when they come home against Seattle in New Orleans. You can see those games on Channel 13, so go buy some tickets so we can see it live.
Now let's give a little credit out there to the guys in the front line now. I see 75 Vanderpool, I see 74 Schultz, and I also see 68 Tomberlin. Zephyrus Moss also on the left side. Inside handoff again. This time it's to Anthony Johnson. Oh, it's to Clark down to the 1. Kenny Clark down to the 1. A nice little inside handoff from Trudeau. And a gain of 4 on the play. So a first from the 6. 2nd and goal for the Colts. Andre Townsend, number 61 on the stop. 6'3", 265. And an 8-year man from Mississippi.
Good positive sign once again for the Colts. You just alluded to it. The offensive line is looking good. The first string is not even in there. The only guy who's in there from the first half from the first string is Zephyrus Moss. Good-looking shot.
Kenny Clark, 7 carries, 43 yards. It is 2nd and goal from the 1. In motion, Perry Cash. That time Lattimore fumbles the football. It's free, and it appears that the Denver Broncos have the football. They do. Well, Brian Lattimore, the short yardage man, got the call. He coughed it up, and the Broncos have the football on the 9-yard line. Cash tried to get it in there, but he was 2nd on the pile.
He will play that over again and again in his head. What a mistake by a young man who is trying desperately to make this team. And what an effort. I mean, Jack Trudeau took this team from one end of the field to the other to have this happen. That hurts.
Now making the play again was 22, Alton Montgomery. There he is right there. Alton tonight, as we told you before, playing out of position because of the absence of Pro Bowler Steve Atwater, the holdout.
A lot of pressure's been on Alton Montgomery, but he's made some big plays because, as I alluded to earlier, a lot of people were pointing the finger at him for the loss against Detroit earlier last week.
That's Greg Lewis on the carry across the 15 to the 17-yard line, and Baylor makes the stop at that point.
The big key for the Colts in the third quarter is that they held the ball longer than Denver, 8:50 to 6:10. There's Greg Lewis once again showing that if you run with confidence, you run well.
There is Johnny Baylor, 36, on the stop for the Colts. A little help in there, too, from his friends. First down, 10 from the 17. 10 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the ball game, and the Colts losing a great opportunity to put 6 points on the board. Rivers, the lone setback. That is he with the ball to the far side. Trips across the 20 to the 22-yard line. And wrapping up there, number 5'9" for the Colts is Matt Jaworski. Jaworski, 6'1", 227, a first-year man from Colgate. Down on the field, here's Bart.
Yes, we've got an injury report. Randy Dixon hurt his calf. It does not look serious at this point. But also coming out of that last play, limping off the field, actually taken off by a couple of folks, was Chris Conley. We'll try to find out how he is on the next break. Back to you up there.
Wherever you are, huh? 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the ball game. In motion to the near side, Ricky Nattiel. The handoff fake is to Lewis. The keep is by Moore, and the flip is to the far side to Jennings, and the tackle by Hundley, kinda. He was helped by 26, Alan Grant, and that's a first down play.
Ricky Hundley wants to make an impressive showing, but right there, he didn't read that defense perfectly. Watch it again in slow motion. As you can see, Sean Moore hides the ball. No, it still belongs to the quarterback, but he finds his intended receiver, and that's the key. This kid has a lot of mobility. He can move around the pocket and give you a lot of different looks. He's going to be a comer in this league, and Denver is very happy to have him. So now they have him and Kubiak. Who knows, man? John Elway's got a lot of good real estate behind him.
Pat Hegarty may be out of a job. 9 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the ball game. Still Denver 10-0. On the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Nattiel to the near side in motion. The hand this time is to Rivers across the 30 to the 33.
Tell you how good Moore has been tonight. 3 of 4 for 48 yards. Not bad for a guy seeing action in just his second NFL game.
Shane Curry with the stop for the Colts. First time we've mentioned his name tonight. Second-round draft from Miami, Florida. 6'5", 270 pounds. They like his quickness. And that definitely is his current asset. Let's see if he can become a complete football player. 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the ball game.
I like his mental toughness, too. You know, Kevin Call even admitted, he said, you know, I was glad to see the rookie come at me like that. He says, because that way we can deserve that kind of shot. He can deserve a kind of shot at the team the way he's taking it.
All right. 2nd and 7 from the 33. And the hand is to Lewis. Makes the line of scrimmage. That's going to be just about it, as Tony Siragusa is right there to throw him back.
Good read by the defense there, Don.
Siragusa, 98. They just didn't go for the fakes that time around. Hundley, 55, also is in there. And a change at the guard as Travis Davis, 95, comes in. Keith Taylor, 27. And going out, Cornell Holloway, 25. Hundley, 55. 7 minutes, 57 seconds remaining in the ball game. 3rd down and 7 for the Broncos on their own 33, leading 10-0. Gene Daniel, nose to nose on the near side with Michael Young. Everybody's twitching, but I don't see any flags intended here on the near side for either Nattiel or the sidelines. The sidelines caught it.
Second half is moving quickly.
It really is going quickly, I suppose, because the Colts are playing a little bit better here in the second half. So Haran walks on. And from the other side, Clarence Verdun back at his own 20-yard line.
Just to clear up something, if there's not a sellout at the Hoosier Dome next week, the games will be seen live in Terre Haute as well as Fort Wayne.
All right, that's a nice punt again from Haran. Clarence to the near sideline at a 17-yard line. Clarence, look out. Makes a pretty good play out of nothing right there. Gets 5 or 6 yards, and that'll be it. Knocked out of bounds by Rivers right near the lake, as a matter of fact. I thought I could get that in before the night was over. The lake right by the first base line. And there's Mike Haran style. 7 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the ball game. It'll be Colts 1st and 10 on their own 18 when we come back trailing 10-0.
Sometimes it's easy to feel like you don't belong. Even though you're surrounded by those who care, you're still alone. You're scared, confused, overwhelmed. Midwest Medical Center can help. Our adult psychiatric treatment program offers support guidance, and a team approach to care. At Midwest, we can help get you back in the race. Call today for a free assessment.
Hi, I'm Bob Gregory. If you're looking for a weekend getaway or a quick afternoon outing, you'll need one of my one-tank trip booklets. They're available at participating Holiday Inns. The Hoosier State has an abundance of exciting and beautiful vacation spots, and best of all, most of them are only a tank of gas away. So pick up a copy of your very own one-tank trip booklet and gather all the information on some of the state's best-kept secrets. Remember, the booklets are only available at your participating Holiday Inns. Have a great trip. Now, just a reminder, folks, the Indianapolis Colts preseason football is telecast solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the pictures and accounts of this telecast without the expressed written permission of WTHR and the Indianapolis Colts is strictly forbidden. How about that? Do you think that scared a lot of people? And it ought to.
Coming
That's right.
from the voice of the Hind.
7 minutes and 26 seconds left in this ball game. We're down on the ugly side of the field, but kudos really to the ground crew because they helped out a lot with that diamond dry at halftime when the rain stopped here. It's really not that bad. 1st and 10 from the 18, 7:26 left. Colts down by 10, 10-0, blowing the opportunity about 5 minutes ago for the touchdown. Trudeau to throw, or anything. He goes down at the 6. Good pressure from both sides that time by the Denver Broncos. And doing the work for them, Robert Weir. Oh, that's our guy. He didn't help on that tackle at all. That's our 93.
First name is Ronnie.
That's right. There he goes, Halliburton, our man from a while back.
I didn't want to mention his first name. People might get confused.
That's true. All right, it's a 2nd and 21 from the 7. 2nd and 21 from the 7. Time is waning. 7 minutes left. And a wide open Kenny Clark. And a lot of orange jerseys quickly around him as he nears the original line of scrimmage, which was the 18-yard line. Mark Murray, the tackler on the play. They like him a lot. Murray, 6'2", 240, just a rookie out of Florida. He got a lot of action in here tonight. As a matter of fact, in the Hall of Fame game, he led the Broncos with 5 tackles against the Detroit Lions, who won that game 14-3. Last week, Denver used a lot more players than it has tonight. 3rd and 11 from the 17. Trudeau blocked. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage by 97, Don Gibson, their 9th round draft out of USC. 6'2", a 270-pounder. Ron Stark rots onto the field here. 4 punts tonight. 43-3, which is about his average of last year. He was at 43-4. Now the slide there by Darvell Huffman. And he was safe, actually, at second base.
Colts have got to get something big to happen here. They've got to take advantage of a great defensive opportunity.
Stark with an excellent punt at the 36-yard line, and finally controls is Ricky Nattiel. Radisek on the miss, and he's knocked out of bounds by Cornell Holloway. All right, let's go to break here with 5 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the ball game, and it will be Denver ball when we come back. They have the advantage, 10-0.
That's a greenback guarantee. You know, since we first introduced our greenback guarantees, a lot has happened. As expected, we gave away a few $10 bills. But more importantly, with your help, we improved the quality of your service. And now there are even more greenback guarantees. If we don't perform on these, you get $10 for telling us about it and helping us make the way you bank even better. That's not just a promise, it's a greenback guarantee.
From the Merchants National Companies.
Traffic's been crazy around here. Something about chicken.
It's great.
Crispy, juicy, delicious.
Hardee's Fried Chicken. Taste preferred 63-37 over Kentucky Fried Chicken original recipe.
Sorry about that. It's the truth. I don't like Kentucky. I don't ever buy Kentucky. Hardy's chicken is ripping. It's the best chicken I have ever eaten. This is the place to stop, Hardy.
Now get 8 pieces of chicken, 4 made-from-scratch biscuits, coleslaw, and mashed potatoes with gravy for just $6.99.
Definitely. Absolutely.
When it comes to sports, few areas of the country have as much fun as we do in Central Indiana. Stick with Don Hine and the new Center 13 sports team. They cover sports like no one else can.
Welcome back to Mile High. On one serious note, Chris Conlon, as we alluded to earlier on that play, had left the field injured. He has now left the field on a stretcher. We do not know how bad it is. What he had is his leg wrapped. It is wrapped very tightly. We'll try to have an injury update for you at the end of the ball game. Back to you.
Big number 66 leaving us tonight with 5 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the ball game. A first down for the Bronx on the 41-yard line. The Colts. And they have the advantage, 10-0. Sewell in motion in the backfield as now they set with the deuce. And the hand on the far side goes to Tony Alford, 37. The rookie from Colorado State, and Ricky Hundley, 55, makes the stop for the Colts.
Interesting about Ricky Hundley, not only does he have a degree from Arizona in business, but currently he's in graduate school or enrolled to go to graduate school at USC. Just recently got married, and he was telling me about his nice little daughter that he has. And so congratulations to Ricky Hundley. Hope he makes the team. He could definitely be some added insurance at the linebacker position for the Colts.
Obviously, it's a very close to a first down yardage here. They're bringing the sticks onto the field. Do you know who originally drafted Ricky Hundley?
Cincinnati.
First round draft.
And Ricky said,
I don't think he ever had him, though, did he?
No.
They gave him to Denver.
Gave him to Denver.
Yeah.
Ricky has become somewhat of one of the bad boys in the league. He can't seem to find a home. I mean, I thought perhaps he found one last year with the Los Angeles Raiders. He had played there for 2 years, started, I believe, like 9 games at one particular point in their season, but things didn't work out for him there. He was with Phoenix for a season as well.
I think he's from Petersburg, Virginia, which isn't that Moses' hometown?
It is Moses Malone hometown.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 31 for the Bronx. Fake to Ezor, give to Ezor, far side, he goes nowhere, knocked on his bottom by Alan Grant, 26, and helped on the far side there by Romero Bryce, the free agent rookie from Illinois.
Another person who was there, number 92, Tony Walker. You know what? He was a delight to see last season. If it wasn't for some nagging injuries, I think he could have been more of an impact player for the Colts at the 2nd and 3rd string positions. He was excellent on special teams at the beginning of the preseason.
4 minutes and 43 seconds left. Still 10-0 Denver. All of the scoring in the first half, but I think you'll agree that the more interesting half was the second half. That is Moore has Sewell. Sewell knocked out of bounds by Matt Jaworski, 59, and that will be a gain of about 7.
Tom can do so many great things for you, man. I mean, he lines up one way, goes the other. Excellent size. You would never know this was a sellout here in Denver.
Well, I'll tell you who knows. Mr. Bolin, who owns this ball club. He is assured that it is a sellout. I think they've sold out every ball game since 1970. 4 minutes and 28 seconds left.
One thing for sure, they love their football in Denver.
That they do.
Got a feeling they love it even better in Indianapolis.
Well, they're getting there. They're getting there, my man. They are getting there. Well, carrier on the play was obviously Rivers. Shane Curry on the stop, along with Travis Davis, 95.
A name that we haven't heard.
Go ahead.
A name that we haven't heard of tonight, and a guy that I thought was going to do a lot of great things for this team when he was drafted, was Melvin Bratton.
Yeah, well, Melvin's in the doghouse. Hey, Bart, what do you have down there?
Well, what we know right now is Chris Conlon's been taken off the field for an x-ray of the outside part of the leg. We just talked to Doc Shelbourne. He doesn't know whether it was broken or not. Back to you. We'll know in about 15 minutes.
Clock in motion again. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the ball game. It's a 4th and 4 from the 25. Moore flipping it out to Natil, and Natil, I don't believe, well, I'm not going to say, he is very close. And the way the Denver players are acting, they said he made it. Nice hands by Natil, nice fake by Moore. And on the 4th and 4, they have converted, so they retain the ball, and the Colts remain on defense. And we have 3.5 minutes, actually 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the ball game. The Colts having blown, well, 2 actually scoring opportunities. One in the first half when a makeable field goal was blocked, and secondly when they were on the half-yard line, and the ball was fumbled by Brian Lattimore. 3 minutes and 36 seconds left. Denver by 10, and we're back in a minute.
Can I take your... What was that, sir? Please speak up.
17. Who's next? 17. At the Kroger Meat Counter, you'll find what you've been looking for all over town. Service.
No cash at this time.
No recordings, no excuses.
Service charge.
Custom cuts, no extra charge. How can I help you?
USDA Choice Whole Boneless Ribeye, $2.99 a pound. Limit 1 with $20 additional purchase. And Michigan Blueberries, 5-pound box, $5.99.
When we told Nike how we could design a communications network to actually help them run better, do you know what they told us?
Tom Cochran knows what matters to Hoosiers. After all, he's lived here all his life. And during his 26 years of reporting in Indiana, Tom has led the way in covering some of Indiana's most important issues, from exposing the Klan to uncovering a hazardous waste problem. Tom Cochran has been on the cutting edge of the issues that affect Indiana. So the next time news matters to you, turn to Tom Cochran. Weeknights on News Center 13.
Now there's little doubt about the outcome of this ball game. The winner is going to be Denver. The Colts have the ball on their own 21-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing by that margin. It'll be interesting to see after the ball game whether they talk about the fact that, well, we really didn't get a chance to see that first unit because of the moisture, or whether they just say they played badly. That was intended on the far side for James Bradley, the rookie out of Michigan State, just barely out of his grasp. First time he has been thrown to tonight. The big receiver has been Jesse Hester, who has 3 balls tonight for 43 yards. And Jack Trudeau has thrown the ball well here in the second half.
9 to 15 for 89 yards. Not bad for Jack Trudeau, but when you look at the number 1 guys, the numbers are somewhat disappointing.
Now we see Phil Posderick in there tonight. He is a story in himself, the veteran from Notre Dame coming back after 3 yards out. That's 3 years out. That's Kenny Clark on the reception.
He just got 3 yards out to block his man.
Trudeau is 10 of 16. Jeff George was 6 of 10 tonight for just 39 yards. He had to throw short in that range. 3:10 left.
Sacked 3 times. Jeff George was in the ground, man.
There's Trudeau again, and that is Anthony Johnson. He has the first down, and it's at the 35-yard line. 3 minutes, 2 minutes 59 clock running remaining in the ball game. Ronnie Halliburton on the stop for the Denver Broncos. And the Colts trying to get something up on the board here. They just have had terrible luck against Denver. They'll be like 2 and 9. That's Kenny Clark with a good play to the 50-yard line. Kenny showing very well here tonight. He is the top rusher on the evening for Indianapolis. And Evans Tobler, number 40, a 5'11", 195-pound rookie from Puerto Rico.
And with that catch, he is itching up to be perhaps the top receiver.
That could very well be. Jesse had 43 yards, and Kenny has at least 4 balls here tonight. Clark has 5 for 43, so they both have 43 yards. Yeah. All right. Well, we have 2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the ball game, and the Colts have it on the 50-yard line, a 1st and 10. And what do you have there, young man?
Hey, what kind of sideline reporter would I be, guys, if I did not at least critique the food at least once during a broadcast? You know, they're known for their Mexican food all throughout Denver. Well, they got some great nachos. Very good. Back up to you in the booth.
We didn't get any up here at all.
No, I had a hot dog, though.
Oh, you were probably looking for another Grand Slam breakfast or something.
Telling on me, man. Diet's out the window.
That's right. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 50 for Jack Trudeau and company. Still 10-0 Denver. Jack sets himself, has plenty of time. Good defense. Nice defense by Lilo Lang.
Hey, nice play by Lilo. Got his hand extended. That's the way you play D, man. I mean, number 21 came in there. Lilo Lang. I'm going back on my diet, by the way.
Are you?
I am. Because the guy that's training me, you know, I'm going to have a pro fight in October, Ron Karen, he's not going to like the fact that I'm not on my diet anymore.
Well, you can be a heavyweight.
I already fought George Foreman. My stomach was sticking out bigger than George's.
2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the ball game. 10-0 Denver. And we're just playing this out. Just a reminder that next week we'll see you from back in the Hoosier Dome, and Seattle will be the opponent. Trudeau completes another one and almost now has 1st down yardage to Anthony Johnson. Good effort from Anthony down to the 31.
One thing Jack Trudeau does well, put him within 2 minutes, and the man will do miracles with the football. The Colts have an excellent opportunity with 2:09 left. They can get off another good offensive series with 9 seconds left, perhaps for a scoring potential, leaving 2 minutes left on the clock and the timeout.
I'll tell you what, they could have increased the excitement of this game a whole lot should they have made that touchdown in the 3rd quarter, and now they'd have an opportunity here to win a ball game. But right now they're down with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left here, 10-0.
We've talked about it often. I mean, opportunities, missed opportunities are that margin between winning and losing. And the Colts have blown some opportunities here tonight. However, you have to say one thing about the second half of play for the Indianapolis Colts. We saw a lot of positive things happen, and the way in which Jack Trudeau got under this team and had them moving down on the field, it was great. You know, Trudeau has thrown 13 of 20 passes for 132 yards. Very productive. Very.
All right. We'll have another stoppage of play in 9 seconds at the 2-minute mark here. Let's see what Jack does with it. Darvell Huffman coming to the near sideline.
He could be the man.
Reggie Thornton, number 40.
Darvell could be the man. He's speedy, man. He can get down 30 yards pretty quickly.
And the handoff is to Kenny Clark. Finds his way nicely. He drops the football, and I believe he covered it himself at the 25. And he did. Attaboy, Kenny.
2-minute warning.
Ronnie Halliburton on the stop. So we do have 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. And when we come back, we'll have the final score for you in the remainder of the ball game. Colts trailing 10-0 right here. We'll see you in just a second.
Our lives can get pretty knotted and tangled up sometimes. When that happens, it's reassuring to know that help and understanding are available at Midwest Medical Center. We provide a full range of quality psychiatric and addiction treatment programs, offering professional help to free the individual and family in trouble. If you or someone you love needs help, get to know Midwest today. Call 927-2092.
Since its first appearance in an 1830 poem, the term Hoosier has been used to describe people from Indiana. But what exactly is a Hoosier?
From the pioneer days, when somebody would come to the back door and knock on the back door, and the people in the house would say, "Who's there?"
Well, that is a possibility because throughout history, there have been many explanations. Some believe that a contractor named Hoosier liked to hire workers from Indiana who were called Hoosier's men. The Hoosier poet himself, James Whitcomb Riley, contributed a meteor theory. He claimed Indiana pioneers were such vicious fighters that sometimes noses and ears would be bitten off. Anyone seeing an ear the next day would casually ask, "Whose ear?" Join Channel 13 in wishing happy birthday to Indiana on its 175th year of statehood.
Images of Indiana is presented to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. We salute Indiana on its 175th birthday.
All right, we're back live in Denver, Colorado, Mile High Stadium. Final 2 minutes of the ball game. Top rusher of the night for the Colts, Kenny Clark, 8 carries, 50 yards. He is also tied to be top receiver here with 43 yards on 5 catches. Jesse Hester had 2 catches for 43 yards. Trudeau, all the time in the world, picks out of there. I believe it was Anthony Johnson down at the 16-yard line. It was.
Talked about the young man from Notre Dame, Hands, and again he proves that he can catch the ball in traffic. Good sign for the Colts.
First down. All right, first down from the 16-yard line. Inside handoff, Kenny Clark, nothing on that one. I would assume that they'd have to call a timeout here with 1:32 remaining in the ball game. They let the clock run, try to get off another play quickly here. 1:27-26 remaining in the ball game. 10-0 Denver. There's a look at Kenny Clark. All right, he's the lone setback. And we have a whistle. Do we have too much time again? Well, we'll check it here. Or did Anthony move inadvertently? Or did the clock not run? This is a multiple choice test. I gave him plenty of choices there. It is motion against the Colts. All right, it is a second down play now. A loss of 5. They bring it back to the 21. 2nd and 15 from the 21. Trudeau. Kenny Clark. Downed immediately as he crosses the 20. I believe they'll give him the 18-yard line. A third down play and 1 minute remaining in the ball game. 3rd and 12 from the 18. Looking for Huffman. Has him at the 3-yard line. That's a first down. He juggled it, they say. He juggled that. It is not complete.
Oh, I like to see that one again.
Well, the official was looking right in his face when he called the juggle.
Now, I was watching Darvell Huffman isolated on him the entire play, and it appeared to me from here that he made the catch, but obviously he didn't.
Alton Montgomery on the coverage. Corrington out. Robbins in. As Denver makes wholesale changes, now they've caught him in midstream, and they call a timeout. This can't be a field goal attempt. This has to be a fake. I mean, what are 3 points at this point? 46 seconds remaining in the ball game. This would be a good time to work on the fake.
First time I've seen Dan Reeves become somewhat animated. He was saying, we got too many people in the field. We play organized football. Get off.
Hey, that happened to him last week. They had an interception that they ran back for a touchdown, and they had 13 men on the field.
I'll tell you what, Coach Reeves is not taking this game the way he used to. I mean, it's still serious, and it's still his meal ticket, but he knows that his health is more important. And after suffering that heart attack and a bypass a season ago, Dan Reeves has learned to deal with his expressions on the football field a lot better. He'll be the first to tell you.
All right, Stark is going to put the ball down, if he does, at the 25-yard line, just across the 25. So it'll be a 35-yarder. I'll be darned if they didn't put it down, and then Biasucci made it. Well, I guess just not to be shut out, huh? I don't know. 42 seconds left in the ball game, and the Colts get on the scoreboard anyway, so it's a 10-3 ball game.
If has been a big word tonight, because if the Colts had capitalized on their opportunities to score when they had the ball deep in the Broncos territory, they would be in charge in this game. Instead, it's the other way around. The Broncos have the 10-3 lead with 42 seconds remaining. But once again, my hat goes off to Jack Trudeau and Ken Clark, both who played exceptionally well in the second half of the football game, as well as Anthony. Anthony played extremely well, catching some big balls down the stretch. Anthony Johnson.
Ronnie, I think we're going to look at a better Colts ball club next week when we're at the Dome and we don't have weather with which to deal, because I think that was a major factor here tonight, obviously. But As we said before, it was a level field for both ball clubs, and they simply did more with what they had than we did.
Well, the thing about it is that football will be played in conditions like this, and the Colts have to prepare themselves for games such as this. And, you know, let's face it, the Broncos did well in the same weather, so there are no excuses as far as the weather is concerned. The Broncos were able to score the big touchdown by Gaston Green, 43 yards. Big play.
All right, an onside kick attempt here. That's what you do in preseason. You have plenty of opportunity to work on special situations like this, and an opportunity to do so right here. Kevin Clark is the deep man at 20. First time we've seen him tonight. He'll probably be their return man this year. Looking at Ricky Nattiel, not that he hasn't been back there before, but he has been injured a lot the last several years, and Danny Reeves just does not like that situation. Free ball. It has gone the 10 yards, and who has it? The Colts say they do. The Broncos say they do. And it is a free ball down there, and they'll steal it from each other in the pile, which happens frequently. The Colts apparently have the ball. Yeah, they do. The Colts have the football.
It's exhibition season, an opportunity for you to experiment with plays such as that, your onside kick, something that you might need at a crucial point during the season. Let's face it, the Colts are right now, and they have the possibility of being on the verge of making the playoffs.
Apparently, did Cash have that, or did Stacy have that? They're giving Cash the hits on the helmet, so apparently it was Carey, the rookie out of Texas. Yes.
Well, anything Stacy Simmons can do well tonight will be appreciated in the eyes of Stacy Simmons as well as Ron Meyer.
He's a nice kid. He has a nice personality.
Oh,
38 seconds left.
He's a great kid. He just might be out of position. You know, a lot of people don't realize it, but when he was in school, he was a running back.
All right, the Colts have a first from the 46 of Denver with 38-second check at the 46 of the Colts with 38 seconds left in the ball game. Trudeau looking to the sidelines for Clark. He has a hold of it and steps out at the 50. So a gain of about 3, and the clock is stopped at 32 for number 32.
Ken Clark and Jack Trudeau adding more to their statistics for tonight.
If we were naming an MVP tonight, it'd probably be Kenny, huh?
That's a toss-up because, you know, Jack has been one of the reasons why Kenny has caught those balls, too. So I'd have to have a co-MVP. Jack Trudeau and Ken Clark both played extremely well. The most positive aspects of the Colts offensively.
All right. A little longer on this time. Intended for Thornton, but dramatically overthrown, and Robbins had it more than anybody did down here on the 30-yard line, so it'll go simply as an incomplete pass with 26 seconds left.
Randy Robbins, number 48, 8th year out of Arizona. Good utility man. He's like a 6th man on the defense for the Denver Broncos. I mean, if you use the basketball analogy of having the 6th man who can come off the bench and definitely give you a boost, he has done that historically in his 8 years here with the Broncos. 26 seconds remaining in the football game.
So
Don Hyde.
Thornton and Huffman coming to the near side. And Jack getting a little bit of a rush this time. Has time only to get the short one off, and I don't know who that was intended for. I see plenty of flags on the field. It was intended
for Darvell Huffman. It was intended for Darvell Huffman, but he was thrown to the ground. You know, Darvell's not a big guy. And that was Rick Dennison who threw him to the ground, number 55. I mean, just hustled him down.
He's been around for a while, too, hasn't he? Dennison, a 10-year man out of Colorado State. He was a starter last year at inside linebacker, and the penalty is on the Colts.
Whoa.
So there's a look at Danny Reeves right there. Has taken care of himself well. Now he says he eats the right stuff. Charlie Waters, one of his teammates with the Dallas Cowboys.
One of my favorite players.
Yeah, 41. Wasn't his number 41?
Number 1 on the offense. 10-yard penalty.
Oh, it's on Darvell.
It's on Darvell. I knew what the flag was thrown.
They're looking around to keep those.
I felt bad for the little guy because he looked like he just got thrown to the ground like a towel.
He's a good actor. Nice job. Well, Charlie was talking about keeping those veins and arteries clean, and when Dan gets mad, they stand out on his neck. He says, well, there's one that's working okay. 3rd and 16 from the 40 with 20 seconds left. 10-3 Denver. Anthony Johnson gets a couple of blocks and gets to the midfield stripe, and a smidge over that. 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And so we'll have time for at least one, possibly two more plays, and Rick Dennison again makes the stop. This will probably be one of those little 40-second jobbies. And, you know, folks are probably asking here, down 10-3 in a preseason game, why you would take a timeout. Specifically because it's a situational thing and you like to work on situations that are going to happen during the regular season. Take the opportunity to do it. That's exactly why it's done.
Take the positives from this game, get rid of the negatives, and take it into the Hoosier Dome next week. That's what you've got to do. Jeff George, I'm sure he would have loved to have had a better showing. But, man, when you can't get protection and you're on your butt most of the time, it hurts.
And it's raining.
Sacked 3 times.
Okay. 11 seconds left. 4th and 6 from the 50. If they don't get the 6, it's academic, isn't it? Trudeau is going to get the 6 with Bradley, and he is out of bounds, so they'll have time for at least one more play with 5 ticks remaining.
One thing about Jack Trudeau, he will not give up until there is no time left on the clock. Jack's had a great game. He's in a losing situation.
A lot of good numbers. There's James Bradley, the rookie out of Michigan State. 7th round draft. Took a long time to put his name on the dotted line.
And that might cost him because the Colts right now cannot keep 7 receivers. 6
it could cost him a job.
Yes, 7, no. Could be a matter of the numbers game.
All right, this one has to go into the end zone. A first from the 35. There they go. And it's up for grabs. And it's incomplete. The man who had the best chance was Randy Robbins, and the game is over. So the first preseason game that the Denver Broncos have won this year, and the Colts losing 10-3 the first time out. We'll be back to wrap it up for you here in just a minute.
Because if you don't watch your figure, who will?
It's the right feeling now.
Because when it comes to water, the only place to start is at the top.
It's the right feeling now.
Because when the party's going full steam, you don't want to fill up. So reach for the beer that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet.
Coors Light, it's the right feeling now.
Indiana weather can be downright dangerous. That's why you need a weather team armed with the latest technology. A team that knows Central Indiana and its people. A team that's on duty all the time. You need News Center 13. Bob Gregory, Chuck Lofton, Pat Carlini, and now Chris Prophet. The largest weather team in the state working round the clock to keep you informed. When weather in Indiana is at its worst, people count on the weather team at News Center 13.
How far away are we here?
Welcome back to Mile High. Joining us, Kevin Call, back in your home area.
Yeah.
It was nice to have all your family here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. You know, I just wish we could have had a little better performance. We were just struggling on offense, and we just got to go back next week and work harder.
Awfully tough playing in the rain, though, Kevin.
Yeah, it was real difficult. You know, we really couldn't get our timing together. We just couldn't get on a roll. It was just real difficult. Nobody had any traction, but they had the same deal we did.
Okay, I appreciate it, buddy.
Anytime.
All right, Kevin Call of the Colts. Well, in fact, we've got Jack Trudeau with us. Let's go one more quick second if we can. Jack, great job tonight in the second half.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, I'm happy and heck to be back out here after what happened to me last year. You know, I didn't think I'd be ready to go this early, and God, I felt good out there. Just after one play, it seemed like it was old hat, and I'm just happy and heck to be able to play.
All right, well, let you get warm up in the locker room there. Jack Trudeau, great job in the second half. Colts never gave up. Back to you in the booth.